So anyhow, all right. So today we're talking about the 4 electrifying habits of high achievers, and this is going to be a great topic because um, this is really you're really going to see a transformation if you start doing these and you apply them, not just listen. You're going to notice a transformation, and I've been noticing a transformation in my life as I continuously do these. I'm not always perfect at doing these habits, but I notice the more that I do them, the more likely the outcome that I want happens. All right. So the first habit is intentions. Intentions. I want you to start thinking about more of being intentional before you go into situations. And so I was talking to one of my personal coaching clients recently, and one of the things that he was saying is that I'm putting things on my calendar, but for some reason I can't get myself to do what's on my calendar. And I know we've all been through it. I've been through it many times. I'm good at planning, but then when it gets to the point I actually got to do it, something comes up or I don't feel like doing it. Right. So how do you get over that hump of doing the things that you actually put down? And the best way that I found to do that is be intentional before you jump into that situation, right? So before you go into that meeting or before you jump on a phone call, give yourself at least minimum 5 minutes to mentally and physically prepare before you jump into that meeting. So think about, why do you need to actually do, who's important to you? There's a lot of times, if I don't feel like doing something, even if I don't feel like getting out of bed, I would think, who needs me right now? All right, my wife needs me. I don't have any kids yet, but when I have kids, my family needs me. My family needs me to wake up right now. Not only my family, I have people who follow me online. I have clients. You guys are looking for me to come up and show up as my best. You need me, and not like you need me, but you need to see me performing at my best, right? You need to see me out there doing things. You need to not only just see me talking about it. You need to see me out there doing the things that we talk about, right? And I also want you to think about the outcome you want to have before you go into that, before you jump into that situation, right? So before you get on the phone with that prospect, before you have that one-on-one coaching or counseling session, before you create that video, or before you get ready to do your set, I want you to think about, okay, how do I actually want this to turn out? I think a lot of us, we just jump into situations and not really think about that, how we want it to turn out. So I want you to think about that. And then the last one that's part of intentions is I want you to visualize it. Visualize it. We see and we hear about this all the time. We know athletes do it. We know that they do visualizations before they actually go out. They do visualizations of the shot. Michael Phelps is doing visualizations of him swimming in a pool, right? We know athletes do this fundamentally, but we don't take the time to actually do that. And when we visualize it, it becomes more powerful. And you know what? When things become more powerful in our mind and we see it, we're more confident too. That's a byproduct of doing this. Once you start having more intentions before you jump into situations, that phone call, that meeting, before you go on stage to speak, before you get in front of that client, before you sit down and write up that PowerPoint, anything that you do, we got to stop just jumping in, and we got to start being more intentional. And when you do these things in regards to your breath, in regards to your why, your outcome, and when you visualize it, you are dramatically, not a little bit, you almost predicting the future. It's almost scary. You can almost to a T see exactly, almost come out with the result that you intended to come out with when you do those things. The second habit is insane focus. Insane focus. So with insane focus, we're looking at really removing distractions so we can pay attention to 100% on what we do, right? We all have distractions, no matter what. I don't care if you're a millionaire being we all have distractions. A lot of the time it's just minimizing the distractions to the best of our ability and what we need to do, right? So think about I want you to think about, okay, well, what are the distractions that that I mostly deal with. You, just because you're in bed for 8 hours doesn't mean that you got 8 hours of sleep. You get what I'm saying? Just because I spent 3 months studying doesn't mean I was really studying within that amount of time. And a lot of that has to do with the distractions. I was just distracted all over the place, and I didn't realize it until years later. Like, damn, number 3 is preparation. Preparation. In the words of my guru, E.T., he says you got to stay ready. Stay ready. He had a whole stay ready tour, actually. Right? You gotta stay ready. So preparation. One of the things that I've noticed, and this is one of those things that I saw and I noticed that that successful people do. So my coach is Kendall Ficklin, right? As y'all know, and he's with ET all the time. And one of the things that I went out to Atlanta probably about a month ago, and as I went there for a 2-day training, I would get there and I would notice between the times that the cameras were off and on, because he recorded the event, and as he was like setting up for certain things, I would notice that he would prepare and get ready for certain things. You know, I would see him preparing mentally. I would see him getting the staff together. I would see him having groups, like his whole staff together, and saying, boom, 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 this is what we got to do for everybody. And I would constantly just see him in preparation mode, getting ready for the next opportunity that's about to come up. And anytime you stay ready, you're always going to be ready when the opportunity comes. So if that means that you're a speaker, that means that, are you speaking every day? Are you? I don't know. Are y'all speaking every day? If you're an actor, are you acting every day? Or of your account, like, you're supposed to be practicing your craft every day, not necessarily just not necessarily just working in the business, but actually practicing, because that's what we got in this for, right? 90%, 95% of us, on here and who will watch this, we are all, we all are influencers in some kind of way. So are you actually working on your craft and your art? We got to do that every day. And then the last habit, electrifying habit, that I've noticed that high achievers do is they constantly look for opportunities. Constantly looking for opportunities, right? So like with Nice, right? Constantly looking for opportunities. You bringing people together. You're not gonna do it in a sleazy way. You're not gonna do it in a way, that rubs people the wrong way. But when you get people together, if you're around people, you get a chance to talk about what you do. And first of all, everybody around you should know what you do. Everybody that's in my life, they know what I do. Like friends, family, like I put it on Facebook. I put it on my personal Facebook. Like, everybody knows what I do. You know how many? I just went to homecoming in October. And when I mean to tell you, like, everybody people that I didn't even really know that well, yo, you doing your thing. I see you on IG. I see you on Facebook. Yo, what's up? Yo, I need help with this. Right? And it felt good, because like, oh, wow, like you have a lot more people watching you than you think than you know. So, but you got to constantly, but the only way that's going to happen is if you constantly looking for opportunities, you're talking to people, you're doing different things that's going to put you in a position to go to that next level. So if there's an opportunity for, like, and when I say opportunity, look for opportunities everywhere constantly. That means on this call, don't record the whole call, but on this call, you need to be out with your phone recording, right? Because we all are on Instagram, we all have Facebook, right? We all have social media, right? You want people to see that you constantly learning. You want to see people like, yo, listen, yo, I got a coach too. I'm always learning myself. I'm always developing too. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. That means take out your phone, record it. Anytime, if you're in a place and you can record something, do that. If you got a speaking opportunity, bring a camera to the speaking opportunity. What's another way you can leverage a speaking opportunity? If you have books, bring your books to the speaking opportunity, right? If you know people who are other coaches or authors or comedians, and you can find a way to collaborate with them some kind of way. Talk to them and collide. Like, everything is an opportunity, and that must be leveraged and must be managed. What I'm saying is, find opportunities and jump on it, because that opportunity does not last a lifetime. If anybody ever told you that, it's a lie. Opportunities do not last a lifetime, right? You got to jump on opportunities. when you see them. And if it's the right opportunity, don't jump on everything, but if it's right for what you do, or if it's in line for what you do it.